That's not gonna happen. Mine is showing audio now, and okay,
You had.
now we have audio. There we go. All right. Hopefully everyone can hear us. We
Oh, there's
are
me.
we are up for Big Bananas against Metabusters. This is losers semis. Winner of this will play Fruitcakes for a chance to play in the grand finals.
No. First of all, that series didn't get casted, so you just spoiled big time, Buster.
Oh, well, oopsies.
Second of all, it's a
No one
lower
heard
bracket
that.
finals. Also,
It's what?
didn't you say a chance for grand finals, or did you
Yeah, this
say
is loser
chance for
semis. Winner of this plays against the loser of Rift Sharks against Fruitcakes.
the lower bracket final?
They'll play in lower bracket finals. Winner of that plays in grand finals, so they're playing the loser of that to have a chance to play in grand finals.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're just slow.
Hey, hey, you relax there, Buster.
Alright, let me grab the draft links real quick.
Don't you have like things to sidle through,
Don't I have things to what?
to slide through? Like who's like the man of
Like
the
the
match or
slideshow?
whatever?
Yeah, but it's not showing.
Show it.
Oh, there we go. I forgot how
E
to for a
matchup:
second.
Cam versus Tuccini, or champions.
Guru, I can tell you that there is a very big BB believer in the cast.
Oh, who is it? Who is it? Is it, you know?
It's not me. It's not me. It's
Oh,
all right. Cam
uh,
actually has fathered Tusini in the only two matches they played against each other. That's pretty interesting. Um, no Annie showing up here though, so that's probably good for Metabusters. We have the
wait.
what's up?
Did a new patch come out today?
I believe so.
Because I think this patch is like pretty big for Annie. Because they did changes to Annie
Oh yeah, she
today.
sucks now.
Oh,
Yeah, so hopefully we're not seeing her. Hopefully. Fujir, key player for Metabusters, makes sense. He is a multi-time award winner, all of them last season, I think. But
he's all right. Fuji's good.
yeah, 69
This
champs
guy's
played,
solid.
58% win rate. Not bad, not bad.
69.
Blake
And
is the Big Bananas one. I'll let you take over for him. I know you're his number one
all
fan.
right, this guy is the Goat, greatest top of all time. He's about to go crazy on Corn tonight. He's gonna be whipping out some pretty funky fresh picks. I already know it.
All right,
I don't want
the
to spoil what the
boys.
picks are, but
These are non-existent yet because we haven't done draft yet. Anyway, we should be starting draft right about now, so let's hop into that. This game score is wrong. Thank you, Cam. Very cool. I have to redo it.
Ham's already predicting them to win.
Now it's correct. Okay, I don't know. What the fuck?
I totally am not gonna predict the bans for BB because I totally know what they are because I'm just like a prophet. But I wonder where Metabusters is a good ban. Is it gonna be like 3 mic ban, or is it 2 mic ban and a GP? What are we doing?
I don't know if they ban GP, but there's
Oh,
one
that's
mic
an
ban
interesting.
there.
Fuji's scared.
Or they just know that Mike isn't a player if you take him off his three highest comforts.
That is so false. Mike's the goat. Oh my god.
I'm
Dr.
gonna
Mundo
see
jungle
how
ban?
much I can rile up my boy PB over here. We get the Twitch ban
Wait,
into Stav expected.
what? These bans are wicked. Oh my god.
Leaving the Rengar up, which I think is fine
Ren-
because I don't think Rengar is very good right now.
Rengar and Viego have both been left up. This is.
And we're banning Annie, even though I don't think they'd
And
be
GP's up
picking
too.
it
This is
right
going to
now.
get interesting fast. What do you think? Do they do a Jinx first pick for
They
Metabusters?
might. Stav is very comfortable on that pick. I think Alex has answers to it. I don't remember how the Caitlyn Jinx matchup is actually. I think that's even.
It. Ooh. Oh, Tristana.
Instant Tristana Seraphine lock-in into the Jinx. Seraphine is one of Alana's most comfortable champs. Greer said Annie got buffed. Well, from what I heard, her win rate went down by like 8%. So it might just be that people haven't adapted to what they should be building, or they buffed the wrong things.
So I guess this means Lulu also got nerfed this patch. I wonder if it's Lulu here or if it's engage support like
It could
Leona.
just be Nami.
Oh,
Virtual
Ornn.
Comfort.
Oh,
Ornn blind for Corn means we will see later picks for presumably Fuji and Tusini. Unless we just pick jungle here.
no, this has gotta be
It has
Leona
to be
here.
support,
Leon, no,
right?
maybe not. No, this is Lulu.
I don't think it is Lulu. I think he'd rather play Nami.
Or yeah, that one too. I forgot about that one.
It's
Oh my
Braum.
God, it's Braum.
Well, that's good into Seraphine ult, so I don't hate it. It also, they wouldn't pick it, but yeah, it's not awful. I don't love it because you're super reliant on Ornn engage, so maybe you draft like a Vi or something on 4 to make up for missing
I think
the.
Gordon engages enough. I wonder what Blake pulls out here if he opts to go into top here, or if he picks jungle so Mike doesn't get banned out. Ooh, we got Echo.
I'm assuming. No, no, that's Cam's Echo probably, right?
Yeah, that's Cam Echo. Mike does not play Echo jungle.
So we're finally seeing Cam Echo. Didn't want to pick it into Brewer, he's scared, but he'll pick it
They
into
know
Tusini.
they did their research. They knew that this was an Anivia angle.
I'm surprised they didn't pick a Nivea on 3. I guess they didn't think Metabusters would know to ban it. We're seeing Ari ban, which is, I think, Tusini's most played, as well as a cast ban,
Yes.
which I guess is just good into Echo. I don't think Tusini's played it that much in Scrim Zone. And then we're
Ooh,
also
they
seeing the Garen ban
they
against Blake.
want him on GP, and they're not scared of any Mike picks.
I think they're just baiting him to pick it. They're daring him. They're like, we know you're not going to pick this. Prove us wrong.
Well, Rengar looks absolutely abhorrent. Mike's gonna probably want to go some bruiser tank, but he doesn't have this in his bag.
Oh,
What?
is this a
York.
flex? Can Mike play York jungle?
I I don't know if Mike's played York jungle. He definitely has, like once or
Because I know
twice.
for sure Blake has played Yorick. That guy introduced me to the server with his York support.
Hmm. This is interesting.
Yeah, I think in this case you probably want some solid lockdown from jungle. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Vi. Talia is Tusini's one of Tusini's most comfortable champs, and it's like fine into Echo if you ask Gruer, I believe. It's like Echo can just play around the it's not worked earth, that's her Q. Um Upheaval? I don't know. Her E. And we are also seeing the
Ooh.
Pantheon, which I think is pretty good here actually. It's solid cross map with the Talia and the Pantheon. Some very solid team fighting for Metabusters here to maybe match up against the split pushing potential from BB. And he
Oh
does
my
just pick
God,
the
he picked
Rengar.
it. The Rengar looks horrible here.
Yeah, the only person you can really go on is Jinx, right? And if Braum is near her,
It's
you just die.
even so hard. It's
Yeah.
so hard to even get on Jinx here.
Interesting pick here. I need to open up my league so they can invite me to game, and I'll be putting in the assets for everything. How do
So like
you how
what
do you feel
BB
about these drafts though?
Metabusters has drafted incredibly standard, while
Shocker.
BB wants to be playing on the side lane. I don't think BB ever really want to fight 5v5.
Agreed.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how BB plays the side lane this game. I think Blake can be incredibly annoying on Yorick, and by spreading out the map, I think that does help actually allow Rengar to get like picks on side lanes. So it's just gonna come down to mostly like if BB has good macro. And I don't think Blake has that because he stinks like booty butt sometimes.
I thought you were his biggest fan. What happened?
Oh, he is the Gatot, but he also stinks like butt sometimes.
Oh, okay, got it, got it. So you're like his biggest fan, which means you know his weaknesses.
Yes.
Got it. Well, Yeah,
BB Comp is based. It's also I can't say it's bad.
you can, if that's what you think.
I'm not gonna say it's bad. I don't think it's bad. I think Mike finally got his Rengar. Humble in his light finally on Rengar.
Huge. Alright, well let's see if our assets are working. We got, yep, they are up to date and everything. I'm looking for any
Ooh.
standouts. Tusini's looking great on the Talia. Stav's looking pretty good on the Jinx. Jacob 2-0 with a 5 KDA on Braum is really nice. Love to see that from him. Um, Cam's Echo is looking really insane. I don't know why he doesn't pick this more often. He's probably just scared. Mike is even on the Rengar, which is pretty surprising. And then for Blake, I wonder if this York includes his York support game or if it's only York top game. So I'm gonna check that real
It,
quick, actually.
well, I think it does filter based on top.
I believe it does, but I'm gonna check anyway.
I did play with Alex Tristanabot yesterday, and he may or may not have been war criming some plays. So yeah, he did do a couple auto attacks on towers instead of enemy champs, and we may have died on dives, but I believe.
Oh, he might have been on Cinched that game and it was Stanley York. That actually makes more sense. So yeah, both of these games are from top. And then for the season, York's looking like he wins a lot and dies a lot. And then Echo, I think this is like 10 Gruer games and like maybe 12 Gruer games or something like that.
12 Guru games, like 2 Cam games,
My
and
invites
a
aren't
bunch of
working.
miscellaneous ones. Lose is to improve. That is true. Any other BB fans in chat? Please tell me I'm not alone.
I think Gruer said BB's gonna win because they drafted Echo.
Well, Guru was also telling me that he thought Metabus was gonna
Oh
win, so
yeah,
he's a
he
big
he
fat
thought
smelly liar.
it was gonna be
He's an op.
super duper
Guru's
one-sided.
Guru's an op, so like he don't count. Thanks.
Um, I think that's all we have for matchup data. Oh, this is actually pretty interesting. We haven't looked at this. So it looks like Ornn has been really good into the York, which is interesting because
Because you can break the wall.
Blake picked it. And then Tristana was also picked as a counter to Jinx, although in Scrim Zone it's looking really good for the Jinx. I'm hoping the invites will work. Okay, we're good.
What?
So
He can't. I was just no. We can't. We can't leak about like the Pantheon and Talia stuff.
leak what?
We can't leak that we may or may have already played against them on this.
What are you talking about?
We may or may not have totally scrimmed them, and they may or may not have totally played this combo, and it may or may not have totally looked good.
Oh, I don't know if I was there for that.
Oh, I remember them. Nope, I don't remember them. It came to me in an epiphany that they can potentially, maybe almost play Pantheon and Talia
Oh, this
together pretty
this
well.
this came to you in like a
It came to me
strange
in a
fever
dream.
dream.
Yes.
I see, I see. Well, we should be finding out how it is soon. If the teams would get into game, that is, that would be really cool.
They didn't invite you to the lobby.
I'm in the lobby. They just haven't started yet. Let me sub for you. I'm gonna stream League for you instead of OBS. Alright. Now, Dean always complains about them not changing the timer, and it looks to me like it's updated, so hopefully we will know what's going on in terms of how long we'll take to get in game soon. Um,
Thoughts on Jungle Path?
Thoughts on Jungle Path? I have no idea how Rengar is supposed to clear this season. I haven't seen that champ at all the entire season. um, Pantheon probably wants to path towards bot. That seems like a pretty volatile lane. If he can get onto Echo in mid, then it's a free kill. Um, yeah, I think he'll probably start on his blue, work his way down. And then I'd imagine Rengar probably does the opposite, but I don't know, you don't really want to be ganking a Yorick either. Avery had a good question, a good point. This is Big Bananas against last season's champs meeting in the losers semis, which is pretty interesting. Not that many people expected Big Bananas to make it after the way they started this season, but they scaled up. They looked pretty solid, good even, in their last couple series, and then they just put the beat down on 101 Thieves, I believe.
Yeah,
Which was
Alex Penta.
pretty hyped to see. Yeah, Alex hit the penta. We got the Zhao Hong
I
Shu.
was I was in the club getting turned when I saw Alex saw him get that Penta. I was going crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. How's volume by the way, chat? Is everything sounding okay?
Avery said that BB wants every objective early. I think they just want grubs. I don't know how well their dragon fights are gonna be. I think they're pretty sus.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to fight bot side for BB. I think
Topside's good though.
York gets push. Echo can if he really forces it, but it'll get chunked a little bit, I think. So if they want to look for a fight on top side early, like a skirmish, they probably can. I think it's super important for Jacob to be on these objective timers if he's top on the grubs. That's gonna be really bad for Big Bananas, I think.
Are
Thank
you
you,
gonna
Avery.
ask me what I
Appreciate it.
think? Are you gonna ask me what I think about bot lane? What's gonna happen in this bot lane this game?
What do you think is gonna happen bot lane?
I think a whole lot of nothing is gonna be happening.
I agree.
It's gonna be Stav and Alex just hitting waves while Jasper and Alana just leave.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. That's why I didn't ask. I didn't think anything would be happening.
No, nothing's gonna happen.
BB need that dragon on spawn into grubbies. If they can deny dragon, that's pretty big. I agree. I think it's gonna be really hard though. I think Jinx, Braum should be able to match Tristana push. Although, I mean, Tristana always pushes, so who knows? The good old classic League client bug. Alright, we
The
should be loading into
bug.
game here. I'm gonna swap to it. And hopefully we don't have a black screen for too long. Alright, we have skins showing. Big, 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 big. Any port checks? Port checks? We have 2 pores in the top lane. Unlucky. Mastery checks.
Blake doesn't have any skins. Remember, because his account got banned.
Right, because he's a problematic individual.
He did say though that he is gonna try and that old account back.
I'm excited to see it.
He was,
I don't even
he was gonna
remember
message them.
what it was called.
I don't remember
Um,
either. But who
but
cares about that? Let's focus on the game.
yep, let's get everything set up properly. There we go. Gonna hide the interface visibility because I'm better than Mason. Young Krug. Oh, that sounds like vaguely
Oh,
familiar.
what it was. Young Krug was one of the accounts, but I don't know if that's the one when it got banned.
Yeah, I think it changed before that, or between Young Krug and being banned. I don't remember. We are seeing a standard 5-point from both teams. It looks like Rengar is gonna start channeling his back, picking up that, not picking up the Oracle Lens.
Ujer going for a ward, or is he going for an invade? Oh, Cam got spotted. Oh no, Cam's gonna get caught here.
Gonna have
Oh,
to
Q.
dash
Oh,
over. I think it's bad for him to
he gets.
start E, right? I think they usually want to start Q for the wave.
Definitely, but he had to do that so he can get out early, or he was gonna get owned. Blake got a nice little ward here. Let's get a little auto trade.
Yeah, Blake has Conquer, so he wins the long trades. I don't think this is good for
Oh.
Corn.
Oh, this is
In fact,
pretty
I think
bad
this
for
is
Corn.
really bad for Corn.
He does have second wind D shield, so he will be able to regen it back.
Should also have Biscuits, I think. If it'll let me check. It's not gonna let me check. Thank you, Riot.
Ooh.
Bit
Nice
of a
little
late
trade by
reaction there
Cam.
for Thomas. But we are seeing a massive CS lead in mid, like insanely big for this early in the game. 8-2.
Yeah, he got punished pretty hard by like not getting to start with his proper skill.
Yeah, for sure.
But he did force Tuccini to pop a potion already, which could be good later on.
That's true. That's true. 2 potions, right? Or did they change
No, I think only one.
Dorn's ring starting price? I don't know. We're both unks.
We don't play that.
We don't pay attention
We don't
to
play that
patch
dumb
notes.
role.
No, it was definitely 400 gold, like at least a week ago for Dorn's ring.
Shut up.
Anyway, CS has evened up a bit from mid here. Good trading by Cam to force the issue. Is going to engage onto Ducini here, who has no mana.
Ooh. I thought he was gonna look for a little flash play, get the stun.
Yeah, I thought he was for a second too. I think Tucini's gonna have to back here though. Is pretty low, no mana, hard to interrupt the echo on a combo if he looks for one. We are seeing junglers did path opposite to each other as we expected, and are finishing at top and bot crab for Rengar and Pantheon respectively. Wonder if
Mike
see
ends
some mid action.
Oh, there's a gang coming bot here. Ooh, just a flash. Whoa! Flash and heal burned by Alana.
Yeah, both sums burned on BB support, and no sums burned on the side of Metabusters is pretty big. I'd expect to see Fujer playing around that lane a lot. It looks like he's actually going to look to get to mid to bail out Ducini, who still hasn't backed and is still pretty low on mana. Gonna flash W.
Oh! Oh!
And we'll pick up first blood for Metabusters.
That was a nice try there by Can to try and see if he can burst Hoosier like that. The only thing that does stink here that Cam doesn't have his TP up, so he won't be able to come back to this wave.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
He might not actually lose that much.
Blake did get a back off. I think Korn just built the cloth armor there, but 2 longswords for the Yorick will mean that his trades are pretty good. Good matchup knowledge by Korn there, knowing that his E will break down the cage for the Yorick.
Oh. I was looking at the minimap and I saw Rengar and go like, oh wait, did they get Tucini? But I'm tripping.
When did Rengar flash?
Mike is looking for a little invade here. I don't know when Rengar flashed. I think he fat fingered.
Let's look. Oh, we probably flashed to try to stop back here. Yep, that's what it was. Alright. Speed it
That's
back up
so
to where
sad.
we were. I believe we were here. this is where we were. So Thomas got the back off in the end thanks to Fujer and the kill on Cam. Channeled the TP. Has consistently been late with these E's into the Echo Dash. I think it's costing him a little because Echo has like really strong trading power on the Halo Blades. Cam has ticked over to 6 here, which means he can be pretty aggressive, looking for trades and dives. Speaking of, we'll instantly pop the Echo passive there and chunk Tusini down to about 15% health. Will ult back, is not able to hit it, but Tusini's late even on that E and is unable to get the stun off. Looks like
They are gonna look to get grubs.
this is on Vision, but Pantheon is on Drag, so it looks like we'll just have an objective trade here.
I don't know if I like this trade by Metabus because Blake can easily be a problem.
Yeah, if
he
B
is
gets like even 4 grubs, I think you're just gonna lose on side to the Yorick if you can't match him.
he already has a pretty sizable CS lead, and hasn't even had to use his TP yet.
Yeah, he's channeling his back here, should be able to pick up a pretty decent item. Picks up a pickaxe and looks like he'll just walk back to lane. Mike is losing some camps on his bot side here, but I think he'll be able to pick up the blue buff in return.
I wonder if Mike will be able to pick up Gromp too. I don't know what the Gromp respawn timer is right now.
It's more than 10 seconds, because we don't see it on the map.
They were BB's bot lane was able to like defend, preventing them from looking to get more, but yeah, Mike's just gonna recall here. He's gonna collect his 2 bot cams and look to pass back top probably.
Yeah, it feels pretty hard to gank the Ornn in this matchup because Yorick is like perma pushing, right? So the Braum E just barely goes wide for Jacob there, so they're unable to get a long trade happening there. Yorick does have a 30 CS lead here, and the gold is even because there's a
looks like there might be a dive.
CS lead in bot.
Looks like there might be a dive coming out bot lane.
Rengar is there, but yeah, it looks like there's a 4-man gonna happen from Metabusters onto BB's bot lane, and Echo TP is forced out to match, and it looks like they'll just back off. And Fujer will go back to his red, Thomas will go back to lane. That should mean that Echo loses some CS for this. I don't think Tusini missed that many on the roam.
I wasn't paying attention to the CS stuff. But it looks like Cam's only going to be missing like 1, maybe 2 creep off the
Well, he was 5 ahead before he got back to lane, so yeah, it looks like he missed about 3 or so.
As long as they can just make sure... As long as they can just make sure that bot doesn't get dove a lot by like these Tusini roams, then I think BB will be able to do really well.
Yeah, agreed. I think you need to make sure that your Tristana doesn't fall too far behind, and that probably means that you need to keep an eye out for the potential for a Tilia dive. If the game stays like this and Tristana's just consistently 30 CS behind and doesn't get killed, then it's super playable for you mid-game because Tristana spikes harder.
Oh, nice try by Cam.
Good upheaval from Tusini there to make sure he doesn't get got by the Echo.
Man, he's always just a little bit behind.
Yeah. Echo did not in fact flash there, but it's being pinged as if he did by Tusini.
I think he meant to ping his R because he used his R there.
Maybe,
but I think he was just using his R to get some HP back.
And yeah, it looks like Tusini will go for a back here. We do have second set of grubs spawning in about 40 seconds. I'd imagine we'll see a contest from Metabusters for these. Probably we'll also see, yeah, Jacob's already top here. Which
Jacob
means
already
that
got
they
all his boards down.
might have
Oh,
a play onto the Yorick here. Force out his flash, and the Maiden, who will die. This is a very good trade for Stav considering he's in a 1v2 lane.
he was playing his Q range very well. Oh,
That
oh,
was so well played by Tusemi. Got the stun off and then the ult to get out. It does mean his ult's down, so it's gonna be like 2 minutes before he can make a play with it around the map. But it does also mean that Rengar is unable to contest the grubs, which will go over to Metabusters here.
that is gonna help a lot. That's gonna go a long way. It's gonna mean that Blake's not as strong as a threat in the side lane anymore.
Yeah.
And Mike can't even get like dragged to try and like even that up.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like Cam has components for Lich Bane. I think that's standard for what you build, right? On Echo?
Where's the Echo guy? Where's the Guru guy?
Brewer! I don't know if Brewer's here right now. That guy's a busy guy. Has better things to do than be coaching us on Echo build paths. Drag has spawned and it looks like Metabusters does have position to take it. Jusini's able to get pushed pretty easily in this lane by just dropping 2 Qs and an AE. And it looks like Rengar is just going to look to invade on top or maybe look for mid gank instead of contesting this drag, which I think is correct. I think it's really hard to contest this when your bot is so far behind.
I think in general it's just very hard to fight like around this Braum
Yeah, for sure.
as Rengar, so it's just
Skirmishes are
pretty
just
much
so hard for BB on the bot side.
this whole game is just gonna pretty much be how well can they side lane. I I don't even think they just the 5v5 is gonna be so hard.
This is looking like a decent
Although,
dive opportunity for Big Bananas. Rengar is knocked
oh
up, but
no,
Yorick was tanking. And
oh
that's going to be a kill
no.
for Korn. And maybe another one for Fujer, who just ulted in, is able to get the W down onto the Yorick, will get his Conqueror stacked up. I think Yorick just dies here? That's going to be feats going over to Metabusters. Gold is still even, worth keeping in mind, because of the CS leads in jungle, mid, and top for Big Bananas.
I really hope I didn't like see it wrong. I think Mike might have ulted the tower there, or he just did no damage to the Ornn when he R'd
Let's find out.
Oh no.
I think he did ult the tower.
Oh my no. I needed to play a game with Mike because I was yelling at Alex because he had no auto attack champions only on yesterday. I should have done that with Mike. Look,
Mason
it's okay.
says it's just Lich Nashers depends. Okay, but you play him jungle, so you don't know anything. Get out of here, Unk.
And he plays some tank, so he really doesn't know.
Yeah, I've never seen you build actual based Echo build in my life. Solid trades for Jusini coming out here, but Echo still has ult up. We'll just run away with the movement speed proc off the passive. We actually have a lot of Big Bananas fans in chat. Okay, you don't count PB. Get out of here. For anyone worried about the biased nature of the cast, it's fine. PB is BB's #1 fan, and I'm Metabuster's #1 fan. So on average, we have a very, very neutral and unbiased cast.
Although I may or may not be getting all my friends out of the woodwork to cheer on BB here. We're all banding together to send our power to them.
That's fine. They need the help.
No, they don't. They're only down like 300 gold. Like, this is an entirely playable game state.
That's true. But Ornn outscales the Yorick. And
not when it's Blake on
outscales
Yorick.
the Tristana. I think Pantheon and Rengar is pretty even in this game in terms of like late game potential.
Although Mike is up a lot of CS.
Yeah, but he can't play the
I
game because
mean,
there's a Braum on the enemy team.
nope, not when they start side laning.
True, true, true. My bad, my bad. Mason, I think you're just scared to play into Blake. The aura is just too strong.
Yeah, Blake low-key aura farms on Lispy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Cam is getting low-key owned.
It's getting spaced there a tiny bit, but he did have ult, so as long as he didn't get CC, it'd be fine. And he got out.
It did kind of look like a potential for Blake to try and kill this tower, and then Mike comes up from behind. But looks like they're trying another dive, maybe, on bot.
I think it's pretty hard when you're 3 and they're full health.
Alana is also on full Moonstone.
Yeah. Yuntal is like pretty good for these quick skirmishes with the attack speed boost. Tower's just gonna fall.
Ooh. Corn does with the E. This should be a kill for Blake here. Ooh.
It is gonna be a kill going over
York's
Blake.
about to start getting a little scary. Ooh.
Pantheon
Oh,
is
big trade by
top
Cam.
to answer it. Cam flashed there, but isn't able to pick up the kill. Tusini flashed in response.
Mike is also
That's gonna
starting
be
a
a
Birth
kill.
Tails here. Oh, they got a lot of tank stats here.
Oh no, we flashed into the Seraphine ult and we have a spectator bug and it died. Can we get back
What?
to that?
That spectator bug was a little cringe.
Hopefully it will go away.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh no, don't tell me please.
What happens?
I don't know. Do we just have to relive Stav flashing
I
into
think.
the Seraphine ulti for eternity?
Well, I think when we did load in,
Let me
like it
pull up
was
the
like
time
30 seconds
controls
early.
and see if I can like move it forward.
I mean, we just have to be patient.
Well, usually in this case it doesn't work. Is the issue. It never comes back. Oh no. Okay.
Oh
Well,
no.
I'm gonna close this and hope that I can get back into game. We're at
16:30.
16:30.
That's a 16:30 is the time.
Hopefully it works and doesn't break, because that would suck a lot. Yeah, Dean is telling me the same thing. Dean, I have OBS on like streamer mode, so I can't see what you're saying. Okay, let's go back. If it's gonna let
Close
us.
your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Everyone.
We can't go back, so hopefully we didn't miss anything. Gonna have a big
got a
fight
really
here
big
for second
W.
Drake of the game. Ornaut will come down, will hit
Oh,
no one.
dead.
Drag is confirmed by Mike, but Jacob flashes forward, gets a tag onto Rengar. Three-man Seraphine ult there will probably make the play dead, but Cam is dropping really low. Stav is chasing him with the get excited on the Jinx, but it looks like they won't be able to pick up anyone else on the play, and they'll trade 2 kills for Drag going over to Big Bananas. It's only a 2k gold lead. Hopefully we didn't miss too much. I think the kills were 3-1. Something like that.
So I think, well, one thing that did happen there that I think was pretty big is that during that like pause, they were starting up Rift Herald. Mike started up Rift Herald, so I'm gonna presume that Mike died at the Herald, and so did Blake.
Yeah, it would make sense. It looks like they might have gotten Herald though, because bot turret is down for Metabusters. And
Metabusters, they did spawn the Herald mid at the beginning of that fight.
okay, so yeah, that would make sense. So I guess they just got it with Tristana push, or maybe Blake was on the side lane. That's really frustrating though. That's but it's fine. We persevere. We are still seeing about a 2.5k gold lead for Metabusters, up from the about even gold that it was earlier. I don't think they'll be able to continue this play onto Blake because Cam is here and Ducini backed. And it also looks like they traded blue buffs where Rengar stole top blue buff and Fujer got red side blue buff because Jacob was not able to pick up the blue buff there.
I am trying to look for outs here for BB. It's just gonna be really hard because it's really hard for Rengar to play.
Yeah,
Hopefully they can delay this Otacon as long as they can.
he's
Them
behind
picking
in
up that one in
CS at
front.
this point, which you don't want to be an 0-3 Rengar and not have a CS lead at this point in the game. This is really rough. And interestingly, this is going to be the Voracious Otacon, which I don't think we've seen in Scrim Zone for like a solid like couple months at this point, just because games are usually very fast-paced at the beginning. And if I'm BB, York has TP, I'm just sending him to bot. He can drop the Maiden of the Mists, hopefully get some push going, and then go with his team to try to force something on the top side. We do see that BB has a lot of vision in Metabuster's bot side jungle, so they do sniff out that Fujer is there, which means that Cam has to play a little bit safe for the moment. A lot of PB fans in this chat.
Oh, how much longer until next drag? About a minute 40. I think the only.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking BB might try a play where whichever objective that Metabusters try to go for here, either the Otacon or the drag, they just do the other.
That's definitely possible. Future is flashing
Oh.
into Alana, gets Tristana ulted away. Blake has TP'd in, will go on to the Pantheon here. Ornalt will come down, will hit
Pantheon.
2, will secure 2 kills. Future will not fall down and they'll get a 4 for 0, and I think that'll also mean the Otacon will go over to Metabusters in a very, very nice play. Fujer just barely living there, got the Sundered Sky proc a couple times and was able to come out with his life. He will die to the Otacon though. I think it's been so long since he's seen this Otacon that he just forgot what its attacks were.
Oh, maybe Cam's gonna look for the ult back. Oh, good flash.
Forces the flash out from Cam as well because he was able to put down the E and almost hit the snap, the flip into him. Jacob is dropping down very low as well, and I think they'll just be able to kill this Otacon without anyone dying. That was so close. Pantheon is dead, but keep in mind this buff goes through even in death, which is BS if you ask me. No other temporary buff works like that in League. But the game will slow down a tiny bit. If Metabusters can get in position to contest Drake, we'll see another fight because they do have these withdrawals available to them. But Korn is also no health, no mana. We'll have to take a back here. So if they do contest this, they'll have to TP in.
I don't think they're gonna contest at all.
You think BB's... Yeah, I mean, Rengar's top,
I
so
think
they might just be giving this. It's really hard to contest this into the withdraws. Even if you get it, you're giving over, like, a solid gold lead and the potential for Metabusters to siege your mid-tier 2 or your bot tier 2 and mid-tier 2. So it looks like this will just be a confirmed soul point for Metabusters, and maybe BB will look to trade the top tier 2 for it. You have to watch out. Ornalt is back up. He also has a Thornmail and a Sunfire, so he has a lot of armor. Cam
trying to steal it.
is just gonna die.
Alana's gonna die too.
And so will Alana.
Oh no.
That was an interesting play. And yeah, Guru pointing out Talia has the insane Roa build. Blake will just get caught by the Ornalt into the Braum concussive blows, into the death. And I think you can't really kill anyone on Meta Busters anymore if you're BB? Like for the rest of the
I
game?
don't think no one does. I mean, they just have to. They have a lot of towers down. It's so hard when they didn't get the 6 scrubs, so they like can't really threaten sides as hard.
Yeah, and it looks like Meta Busters is just gonna force Baron off spawn, which will basically mean it's impossible to push sides too.
Unless Mike Miracle Smite.
True. It's possible. He doesn't have ulti for another however long his cooldown is divided by
I don't
2.
think Mike can Miracle Smite.
He can flash if they can get on him. Tusini's also 2 levels up on Cam at this point. One of those levels is because of the Roa, but this looks so unplayable if you're Echo.
We'll trade their R's.
I think that's fine for Talia, as long as he doesn't overstay and get collapsed on by the entire enemy team. He's staying. He's getting collapsed on.
Oh, unless he can find the kill here. He does not.
Cam just dies. Tusini's level 18.
Oh, okay,
My
wait.
guy is 10 CS a
Mike should be able to
minute.
pick up. Mike should be able to pick up the kill here. Oh no. Okay.
Did dodge the flip, but I think Tusini's just out. Sidesteps the Seraphine
Oh
ulti,
no.
sidesteps the double cast E, and they are running away from the Talia. Their base
They have to
is
try
going
and
to be in
back, but-
shambles.
Oh,
Blake will flash
Blake kills
in.
here. Blake will get the kill here. He'll eventually
I
get the kill
think you're
here.
right, but they lose inhib, top tier 2, maybe also top tier 3?
Maybe the game. No, not the game.
No, I don't think they can lose the game here, not yet. I mean, this is just classic Meta Busters. Pick full comfort, pick a solid roaming mid.
Oh. Oh,
No
Cam
one
almost
got
the
stunned there,
stun.
it's pretty crazy.
Oh, he does just barely manage to live.
Maiden will die though, unlucky for Yorick. And it looks like they're just going to siege for this top inhib. I think once they get this, the play is done because Thomas still isn't respawning for 10 seconds, although they might look to just keep going and have Tusini TP in. It's definitely possible. Jacob is CC'd up under turret, will have to dash
Oh
through.
my
That's so much
God.
damage coming down from Stav, forces the heal out of Alana just to keep the Tristana and the Seraphine alive. But I think Metabusters will just back off here. Their soul is spawning in a minute and a half, and their minions are just kind of killing the entire BB base, so they're not really under any time pressure. They outscale their soul point. It'll take like 4 miracles in a row for BB at this point.
Now I don't even really know it. Okay, here's the out here from BB. Delay the game as long as you can and get Metabusters as tilted as possible. Start playing the mental game here.
Yeah, start committing like 5 flashes to kill Talia again when your flashes are back
Yeah.
up.
You gotta start playing the mental game here.
Yeah, I agree with Guru. I think having Korn able to play like this scaling weak side pick is so good, especially into Blake, who usually doesn't play like tanks. He has a like a well-known aversion to them. Even if you're going to let him have the Ornn, I think you can't really pick a side lane threat. I think you need to pick like a scaling top carry. Um, this might be a pick onto Alana, who will just get torn up by the Talia. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. Blake says he doesn't play GP. I think that's a lie. I think if you're giving the Ornn over, you kind of have to play something like the GP or like a Camille or something that can kill him on your own and then also scale into late game.
Here's oh my god, Cam just got exploded. Oh my god, and Blake can't play.
So much CC coming through, and the Rengar kind of tickles the Jinx, and that'll be the end of game 1, with Metabusters picking up the first win of loser semis.
Lower bracket semi.
Loser semis. It's the same thing. It looks like BB did opt for blue side this game. think is correct. I think top counter doesn't super matter in this matchup. Um, and we should be getting into draft in about 3 minutes. So
I think the I think the Rengar pick was really like they were really trying to bait them into it.
yeah,
Obviously, you want to get Mike on his like one of his most comfortable picks, but
I think it's just so hard to play into that comp, and also just Rengar isn't really good right now. Is the other issue.
they also just drafted against it super duper well.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna read out what is being said in chat, but Grr has some choice words for the Rengar pick as well.
Look, it's the Braum just made it so hard. The Talia made it so hard. Point click CC from Pantheon, just Ornn. Everything it it's not the performance of the Rengar player. It's Rengar was just really bad in that spot. But
Big
I don't.
Bananas did not update roster tool. Kring.
What do you mean?
They didn't update the roster tool. I had to update the roster tool.
Oh,
I had to manually update it. Shame on
okay, nerd.
Cam. For shame, for shame. Alright, just for you, PB, I'm gonna put it in as lower semis instead of loser semis.
Well, that's because no, that's because Faye said it in general.
Oh, where? Oh, true.
Maybe call it lower bracket instead of loser.
No, we don't need to cater to the snowflakes here. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I did update it to be that. Alright, assets should be updated and we should be getting into draft in just about 1 minute. I think Talia is bad into Echo, but the thing about Talia is she doesn't really care about the enemy comp as long as her comp fits her. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I'm scared of what, Mason? What am I scared of? He has no words for me. I'm assuming that's
Are
Jackson.
you
Hi,
gonna
Jackson.
are you gonna swap cams over to
Yeah, I will. Sorry,
Let's
my bad. Forgot.
I
Good.
think BB 100% gonna bounce back. They swapped at the sides, not doing red side, they're doing blue side now.
Yeah, I think with a couple of adjustments, maybe you early pick for Mike. Maybe you put him on. I guess they banned Gwen. I'm assuming that's for Mike, not for Blake. Although, I guess if you're early picking Ornn, it makes sense to ban the Gwen just in general.
Everybody on Metabusters are just too busy chatting and like Twitch chat in general. They're not focused on the game.
Do I need to read for you so you can know what they said, Mason? Is that what's happening? Anyway, same band so far. Tusini is praying for an Annie. Can't you just tell Stav to pick it for you? Oh, well, it's banned again anyway, so. Yeah, I mean that's about what I heard about Annie. They removed her ability to build burn and then they made her more of a burst champ. Anyway, Big Bananas locks in the Jinx here. Metabusters answers with the Tristana, so this is the same draft as last time except it's reversed. And then they hovered the Seraphine to bait me and then picked Braum again. Um, yeah, I don't know. This is kind of sleeper so far. Can we see some like interesting picks, guys?
We're getting some Lulu here.
Maybe. I
We're getting
have known
Lulu.
Alana to be a Lulu kitten in the past.
We're getting Lulu or Soraka here. And Cameron's gonna go. I don't know.
Damn, dropped his full government first
What?
name.
I don't know. Is it a camera pick here or is it a mic pick here?
I feel like you have to pick jungle here. You're gonna get top counter no matter what. Okay, we're just picking the
Oh,
Cho'Gath.
Cho'Gath. Okay,
Is
this is a
this
flex.
for mid top?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. What happened to my ethical Nami-Leona main? I think he played
Ethical.
like 2 games of Braum and decided Braum is really fun and hasn't played anything since.
No, it's just like the thing that you do in like it just Brahm's the most broken pick.
Braum is pretty good. It synergizes well with Tristana. Braum is fun? Question mark. Winning is fun. Braum can be fun.
Brahm ain't fun. What you talking about?
You just don't like big burly men yelling that they'll save you. I don't know what to tell you.
Look, I played a lot of Brahm. I played the fifth.
Alright, we are seeing the Echo ban here, which is an interesting adjustment. Obviously, Echo did get picked in the first round of picks in game 1. Ari ban is the same from last game, and they also banned Cass. So it'd be interesting to see if that stays the same. This is game 2.
Because this was a 9 o'clock start, Mr. Bean.
Also, um, actually, if you look at the top, it says 0 BB to 1 Metabuster, so you have to know that it's game 2.
No, crickets, man. Come on now. That was bad.
Anyway, we do see the Anivia ban, which means that they're aware that this Cho'Gath is a flex, and they also know that Blake is a merchant of the Anivia top. Will the cast ban stay the same, or was it specifically a ban for the Echo? We will find out soon. They will just ban Pantheon, which
Pantheon
I think
ban.
is good. I think Future looked
I think it's
really good
good.
on the Pantheon.
That means he has to go to Ezreal jungle now.
True, those are the only 2 picks he's allowed when Jarvan's banned.
Jin Zhao. Talon. That's not a pick. Okay, guys, stop. Stop watching the stream. You're not actually gonna pick Ezreal.
Yeah,
See you
stop
later,
has him on too
Zinza.
tight of a leash for that. I'm curious to see what Mike has as an answer. Because the Rengar did not look good last game into the Braum Ornn. Like, it looked genuinely unplayable, and I think it's even more unplayable now that Tristana can peel for
Oh
herself.
my
We're seeing
god.
the GP hover. I think if you're Blake, you have to lock this in. Like, you
I
have
think it's
to assert
return.
your
I think it's
dominance
Return of
with
the
this.
King. I think it's Return of the King.
And it is just locked in for Blake, which is hype as fuck. I haven't seen Blake GP in, like, at least a year. So this is pretty cool. I am really curious to see what Tusini has into the Cho. I think Talia is still like pretty fine, even if Cho doesn't have a dash. He's pretty immobile, so it's easier to land the flick into him. And Talia with Xin is like pretty decent. We're also seeing the Udyr hover
Ooh.
here, and it is going to be picked. Can we get our resident Udyr one trick to tell us how this matchup goes? I don't know this one off the top of my head.
This game's gonna be either really, really good for BB or really, really bad. Because I don't remember the last time Mike's played Udyr.
I mean
And this
that
is where Mason comes out and says, actually, Udyr's actually a really hard champion and such, and yeah.
actually Udyr is like really bad. Alright, we are seeing the Syndra pick, so Honkshu, me, most played Scrum Zone mid or whatever.
This is Blake can hard carry really hard on.
Yeah, and I think he'll have to. Like, I think if you can't get an early lead, if you can't prevent Tristana from getting an early lead, which is, I think, Metabuster's game plan, you have to just have um, Blake be able to scale up into that GP and then be able to one-shot the Tristana or the Syndra, because otherwise, I think these team fights just look really hard.
I think BB do have a whole lot better scaling this game.
Yeah, for sure. It looks a lot more playable if you don't get an early advantage and if you can't split push. So they're not as dependent on the grubs, which is big, because it's even harder to contest them now, I think, because GP is kind of weak early. Udyr's pretty good, but into Zinzao, Ornn, Syndra, it's a little hard. And I think I have all the assets generated. But we should just be able to switch over to that.
I hope we get a good Mike game here. Mike had some really good games last week. I'm hoping he gets a good game here on Udyr.
Alright,
I'm
it
also
looks like... Go ahead.
I'm very terrified to go and look up on UGG, figure out the last time that Mike played Udyr.
Yeah, interestingly though, it looks like GP loses to Ornn in Scrim Zone. It's only a 3-game sample size, so take that with a grain of salt. Um, but we already know Jinx beats Tristana in Scrim Zone. Syndra actually has played a game into Cho'Gath, which is pretty interesting. Did lose it. Cho'Gath looked pretty good in that game. Soraka has had a very rough single game into Braum, and then Zinzao and Udyr is like the reverse. So that's pretty interesting, but nothing too big. Cam, if you can hear me, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sit in your spot and not move to spectate. That's on me.
Okay, Mike played one game of Udyr in Arena a month ago.
That's like the same thing.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Obviously, Gangplank is the Blake champ. It's what he's known for in Scrim Zone. He hasn't played it in a while, but 14 and 7 on a 3.1 KDA is really good. Might be his most played champ, although that might be a Lowy actually. Now that I think about it. And then Cam has 1 game of Cho'Gath mid. Mike has 3 games of Udyr and hasn't looked amazing, but the same can be said for Foodra on his 1 game of Zinzao. Tusini Syndra looks insane.
Okay, Blake GP's better. Blake GP clears.
Not according to these numbers, but we'll see.
That's a 66.6 repeating win rate.
Yeah?
Put some respect on the king,
Okay,
okay?
quick maths. What's Tusini's?
No, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it.
Okay,
6/7. What is that, like 87
pretty close. It's about 86.
repeating? Close.
Yep.
What what else is there to like take note of in this game? I'm just really hyped to see Blake on GP.
Yeah, I mean,
This is like the third.
I think...
This is the third best OTP in the server. So
What are the other ones? Mason, Udyr, and Guru Echo?
no, I'm not gonna say what the other two are.
Oh, okay.
One of them is Gruer though, on Echo. I won't say what the other one is.
You don't want to give credit to Mason, or
No, it's not Mason.
Oh, okay.
Mason's not even in the top 5. What are we talking about? We're talking about forget about Lispy Singed. Lispy Singed is up there.
Oh, true. Can't forget that.
And
Noam Season 4 Seraphine.
yeah.
I was like 9-0 on
Bro,
that pick.
Jonah Shavana clears like Mason Duty. What are we talking
That's
about?
probably true, actually. That's just because Udyr's a weak champ, let's be real.
Weak champ. Okay, we're just saying lies.
Alright, we have about a minute and a half until we get into game. Dina, I apologize for not believing you. You were right. It does transition into game at like 30 seconds left. Who do you think won this draft, by the way? I'm very curious.
Thank you.
Leaving aside your BB bias.
So, I think this so like the last comp. The problem was is everyone was too squishy, and the CC would be too much. I think BB can actually handle the CC this game.
Yep.
You know, with GP Orange, with Udyr Unstoppable, Cho'Gath being tanky. And as long as Soraka does not get hit, I think Soraka can give enough heals to where like they can survive like an initial burst from Syndra so they can actually make the team fights playable.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I
I think
think
BB can actually show up at objectives this game, unlike last game.
true, which is a pretty
And
big
I
change.
think and I think Blake can actually like get a sizable lead in this top matchup and actually be able to do stuff with it,
Yeah,
unlike
I think that makes
with him on
sense.
Yorick.
I think if you're meta busters, every time you see Soraka on the map, you're just dropping like Ornn ult, Syndra ult, Tristana jump to try to kill Soraka ASAP. Like that is your number one goal this game, and I think it's going to be basically the whole game is going to come down to if Alana can position well and not get popped. Because if Alana stays alive, I think BB can't lose fights. But if Alana dies, it's so fucking Jover. We are in game, so I'm gonna swap over to that, and hopefully it'll swap over to the right thing and not to. There we go. Not swap over to the wrong thing. Let me set everything up. Mason, this right here, you see this? This button, this interface visibility button, if you click this, the annoying little thing here goes away. Just so you know. Alright, we are seeing a stack in this banana bush. 4 big bananas. I guess that's on theme for them. And Metabusters is doing a pretty standard 5-point, except that Xin Zhao is in this little bush over here instead of standing up here. Shading one of the 3 people that stream is crazy. I mean, yeah, but we need to educate this guy. He can't keep getting away with it. They did see
Cold start
Fujer
from
walk into there.
the cold start is interesting from Blake.
I think he just doesn't think Ornn can punish him in lane early, which makes sense.
So, this game's just going to be about if like Blake can get to his late game, because what he wants to make sure he gets is his Triforce, Sojin, like Leandri build. And like once he gets to that point, I think he will become pretty invincible.
Leandri on GP?
Yeah, it's broken. Walk with me. Or walk with Blake. Like Blake
Okay.
spams this build and it's OP.
I'll believe it when I see it. If I'm Blake, I just go Sheen into like IE Mortal Reminder or IE LDR.
He is not doing that.
Okay, well,
He's gonna be going like kind of tankier GP. That's why he has like the grasp.
yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Oh,
That is a really, really good trade for Cam, holy shit. Also, I was right. Doran's Ring is 400 gold. He has 2 health potions.
oh.
Pretty aggressive trades coming out across the map. That is a nice scatter of the week for Tusini. Will get a lot of his first strike procs, but Cam heals so much off of the wave because of Cho'Gath passive.
Oh, we got a little Fujer gang coming out mid.
I don't think he can catch him here. I think it's too hard.
Can also path into Mike.
Yeah, and Xin Zhao is going to fall so far behind from this attempted gank.
Okay, we got a little bot
That's
trade coming.
a
Oh,
really good trade. Forced the flash out from Alex. Once again, Metabuster's bot side has a summoner advantage. This time they didn't even need jungle there to do it. It looks like Fujer will skip his red and his Krugs just so that he can pick up the crab. And I think Metabuster's bot side is aware that Udyr is there. In the meantime, Tusini and Cam are on the wrong sides of the lane there. Scatter the Weak will land Flash.
Big flash.
Wind becomes lightning for Xin Zhao, and he will pick up the first blood once again. Huge scatter there for Tusini. I don't
Mike
think
can't hold the wave though.
Udyr can step up like this. Yeah, he just drops down super low, and Cam will channel his TP, so I don't think the wave will crash, but that's still so good.
They're
for
gonna get a
Metabusters
big
to
engage
start.
here on Alex. Oh, but the Chompers are good.
They're not able to get the last concussive blows off, and can't explode whatever Tristana's explodey thingy is called.
That was really good Chompers there because it prevented like the Braum from clicking forward, and it also stopped the Trist jump.
Guru asked if Cam used his ward. I think he used it, but it was on
no.
cooldown there, so he didn't have it anymore. That's a nice silence coming down onto Jacob,
Oh,
but good flash coming out from Alana will force out the flash from Stav as well, and this is some really good damage coming down for Alex, who doesn't have his flash because of that early play, so I think Stav will just be able to walk out here. Jacob doesn't have mana, so he can't dash over, but I think he'll be okay, and yeah, it looks like they'll just get out. 3 sums used on the side of BB to 2 on the side of Metabusters, and the CS lead in bot isn't as big as it was last game, so I think you'll take that. CS lead in
I'm
top
taking
is
that.
looking massive for Blake, which is about what we expected. And I wonder if Mike will look to contest this Drake. His bot side will be there earlier, and I don't even know if Metabusters will look to take this, but Grubs are spawning in 20 seconds, and we might just get a trade like we did last game. Although I think this game, Drakes are way more important just because both teams have solid scaling.
I think this game you just continue to play around like your strong part of the map. You just try and play around top side. So I think Mike's just gonna finish clearing up these. Oh, I lied. Oh no, Mike's just gonna look for a recall here. Okay.
Does Metabusters have vision there? They pinged him perfectly. I don't think he showed though.
They hit a Scryer Bloom.
Ah, got it.
So
this wave is looking so rough for Corn.
They're gonna get drag, and Mike's not gonna be able to trade back on Grubs.
Yeah, Syndra had push, which means you kind of can't contest this at all. And I think Fujer will be able to just walk from drag to Grubs if they do want to contest this.
Oh, he got out timed on his barrel. He's washed.
Solid trade for Corn though.
Okay, they are having Alana base now. I wonder if Alana's gonna be preemptively roaming up for Grubs here, or if Alana's just gonna walk back bot.
It looks like she's walking towards
Okay,
Grubs,
they have.
which is a nice adaptation. I don't think I've seen her walk up for Grubs, at least not in the last game. Blake is putting down so much hurt onto Corn though. He is in danger of a dive if they decide to do like 1 or 2 Grubs and look for him. But it looks like they're just going to back and prioritize the Grubs here. Scatter the Weak will come through. Fujer will dash to the Grub, or to the minion, and hit the Wind becomes lightning.
Oh! Alana!
Cam will flash to get out. Mike is going to flash onto Fujer, forces out the Crescent Guard, I think it's called. Scatter the Weak will land.
Okay.
Although Fujer is slowed by the barrel, and that'll just be a kill going over to Blake, which is perfect if you're a big Bananas fan.
That's really good. There was like no frags going on last game, but getting some frags now, this should really help out BB here.
Yeah, good job by Alana roaming up there. Saved her mid laner's life. Saved their mid laner's life, sorry. And then they also get a kill onto the enemy jungler, which is huge. Nice dodge by Jacob there to avoid the Cho'Gath Q, but I don't think anything else will be happening in this lane. Thomas is a little too low, and I don't think Blake can get in range to kill him.
You mean Cam, not Blake?
Yeah, sorry. He's playing Cho'Gath. Jacob is still mid here, which means Stav has to be careful. His wave isn't in the best of spots. I think they could look to freeze this if they want to.
I mean, they could just freeze and just kind of chill for a little while. Nothing's going to be going on. The next round isn't for another 2 minutes and 50 for that drag. Oh no, Grub's going
Grubs are
first. That's
spawning before, because Grubs have a shorter spawn timer than Grub.
I wasn't even paying attention. Cam's still going for the Shurelia's build. I know they did nerf it like a couple of patches back, but I still think it's gonna be like kind of strong. Getting all this MS, all the move speed is gonna really help for like your whole team.
Yeah, the real question is if he goes Symbiotic Souls. Solid Scout of the Week coming down for Tusini there, gets 2 orbs to hit onto Cam. I wonder how much gold he's gotten off of the first strike. I'm curious to see if we can see that by clicking on it. No, we can't. I hate spectator client.
Ooh, I wonder if they were looking for a bot gank there. They had Fusher
Maybe,
and
but Fusher
Jacob
and
stack
Jacob
on
are
top
both
of each other.
walking up towards mid here. And Cam doesn't have vision, but it looks like he knows something is up, or he's just warding the jungle. Yeah, Braum will just get away. Back to the bot lane. Scout of the Week will not connect, neither will the wind become lightning, and Cam will just be able to walk out. Alright, I want to know how much gold he's gotten off the first strike. 195, not bad.
But how many Silver Serpents has the GP got? Oh, Cam should be able to solo here.
Nice flash by Tusi
Oh,
to avoid the
oh, Mike doesn't get the smite, but Mike could maybe frag here. I'll flash at least.
This Udyr champ is
Oh, the
so
slow.
hard, dude.
Oh, here we go, Mike. Udyr mechanics. Yo, where's Mason? Mike has not played this champion. Oh, God. Hold on. All right, time to roast Mason. Mike hasn't played this champ in, like, years. And he was able to pull out some advanced combos. Come on now.
He has 291 serpents, and his ult hasn't been upgraded yet, I don't think.
I think he only gets to spend about 500, no?
Yeah, he needs 500. I was just checking to see if somehow he got like 700 total, but no, he's sitting on about 300 right now. Total.
This GP is gonna be super duper yummy, and just this is the perfect. This is heaven early game for BB.
Yeah, I don't.
Mike
I
got a
don't think it could
frag.
go
Blake got a frag.
that much better for them. Even bot is like very close in CS. I guess the only thing is that it looks like Metabusters will be able to pick up 2 Drakes here, which is pretty good, although BB also has 6 grubs off of
This time,
so.
yeah, they're actually gonna be able to get like trade 2 objectives on like last game, where they were only able to trade the first one. I mean, and this Udyr, it's just like last game with the Rengar, Mike wasn't really able to gank that many lanes. Instead, he could just farm up with Udyr, and he's gonna be way in a much better spot than with like just farming up on Rengar.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, his CS advantage is pretty big in this game, just because of how much faster Udyr is at clearing. And with Udyr, you can actually like do something with that. With Rengar, you need those early kills for the bone tooth necklace, whatever it's called. That
Yeah,
is
you're right.
a lot of damage coming down.
Oh,
Forces the flash out. Tusini still has ult, so if he hits another Scout of the Week, I think that'll just be a dead Cam.
not unless he gets baited by Soraka ult.
True. This guy's cooking. Stav did actually buy the call just because of how passive this lane is. Which I think is correct.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, Blake does also have the 10 CS a minute, just about, so that call was a pretty good investment for him.
I think that means he got one of his upgrades. But I don't know.
Know how that didn't stun.
Oh, Tusini has no flash. Oh, but Cam just barely misses.
Yeah, but
I don't think it
Shurelia's
matters.
is gonna make it so that
Oh,
Tusini dies.
That was intense mechanics there by Mike. I guess I shouldn't.
Yeah, we shouldn't sneeze at this this Udyr. He right clicks really well. Ornn is very low here, is maybe in danger of dying to the GP ult plus a barrel.
Ooh, hopefully he can get like this demolish block before the plates go down. Bang.
-1, unlucky.
Ooh.
I feel like GP can just kill with an ult and a flash Q, but I don't know that champ's damage. I trust Blake to know it better than I do.
He wants to get the good tempo base here. Oh no, Mike's call it maybe.
Yeah, but Cam is right
Oh, this
there.
could
I don't
be
think they
bait.
can get a kill. Udyr's so tanky just because of the Leandries. Jacob has to flash, will fall to the Cho'Gath eventually, and that's
Soraka
so
ult.
far 1 for none. Soraka ult will come down. Future's looking so low, and I think he'll just drop. I don't think he'll be able to pick up the Udyr, even though the Udyr does drop pretty low, and it looks like this will be a kill. Another kill going over to Cam, who is the beneficiary of 2 kills from that play, as well as Mike picking up 1. So we're at a 6-2 kill lead, and almost a
Alex got
5k gold
soloed.
lead. Alex
I don't
did
want to
get
rewind.
soloed.
I don't want to
You don't want me
rewind.
to?
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I won't pull it up just out of respect for you.
Look. BB got first. They got first tower. They got feet. Let's talk about how
They
good
do have
everything's going for
feet.
BB
That's
right now.
true. That's true.
Although this is what happened last week with Metabusters, kind of, where they kind of had like a bad early game against Andro, and they're still able to come back.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever really count out Metabusters, especially when they're playing a scaling comp like this, with the Ornn and the Syndra. You just have to always stay on guard against them and make sure you don't make mistakes because they will punish those mistakes.
Ooh, Cam went for Abyssal Mask. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I don't.
I mean, that's gonna have really good
it.
synergy with. No, I like it. It's gonna have really good synergy with your Udyr and your GP
Yeah, but
once he gets his Leandries.
I guess if you know that GP is going Leandries because you're a psychopath and can anticipate that, then it makes sense.
Oh no, Alana.
Goodbye, Alana. Oh, she lived on 1! Nope, she burned.
Oh.
The Blackfire Torch value there is
Blackfire Torch.
crazy.
Oh, Alex
Stav didn't realize that she died to the Blackfire Torch, so he hopped over, but that's going to secure him a kill onto Alex, and it looks like Cam hasn't been able to catch up to Dusini here, which means that he hasn't been able to use the Devourer. He will drop a little bit from this Tristana poke, and the concussive blows will land, which I think will secure the kill for Stav, or for Dusini, so the shutdown will go over, and I think Mike will just have to run for his life. That's a really, really good play for Metabusters, though. They pick up a shutdown, they get the kill on onto the Soraka, which will mean that
Blake wins this.
that'll
no,
accelerate Dusini a little bit. Blake is dropping super low. The Soraka ult will come through because of the revive. He does manage to flash the Ornn ult, but Ornn will flash, get him with the brittle proc, and Blake will fall. I need to catch my breath for a second. Future is topside, so it means that it's hard for them to contest this Drake, but I think with the concussive blows on Jacob's Braum, it's just so hard for Mike to force this issue.
We have a Cho TP coming in.
Alana is here, but they have mid push for Metabusters as well as bot push, so this is looking really hard. Alana is going to drop super low, and just like we said at the beginning of the game, Alana's positioning is super important. If Alana's dead, even if BB have this lead, it's really hard for them to play. Future is stepping up aggressively, doesn't get picked up by the Chompers there. I have no idea how. Will dash in, insects the Cho'Gath into his ADC, and will get the Devourer for Cam onto Stav. Oh, that was...
This is becoming a fiesta. Oh no, Alex is gonna get caught here.
They have vision in there though, so he'll just pick up a double kill. Onto Dusini, and the play was looking so good for Metabusters, and then I don't know if Future meant to insect the Cho'Gath there, but he got Stav killed like before the play even happened. Yeah, that play for Future was so bad.
I should have never opened my mouth. I said like, Metabusters was able to come back against Andromeda, that happened, and then whatever that Fiesta play was. This game got super duper weird, super duper fast.
Yeah, but I'm here for it. Give me a banger. I don't want like a snooze fest like the end of that last game was. I want back and forth action the entire time. Future is shadowing his bot lane here, hoping to make it up to Stav after he got him killed there. Cam is dropping really low, and Horn is able to dodge the knock-up. Shirelia's will be used for Cam here, but is able to flash out. So trades the flash for the Ornn R. Will get out. Alana is poked really hard by the Tristana. That Tristana does so much damage, hasn't completed the IE yet. Will force the Soraka ult out.
It's Grudge. I forgot. It's Grudge. You get Shirley's Grudge, and then you get Leandry's.
And then you get Leandry's?
That's the GP build. Yes.
That sounds so
You get Leandry's, you get Leandry's and Riftmaker, and then you become God.
Yeah, I mean, the way this game is looking, he'll probably be able to get to 5 items, so I guess we'll be able to see how that build looks. Rift Herald is going to be picked up by Meta Busters, which will continue the theme of objectives being traded. That's a solid trade coming down for Tusini onto Blake, who isn't able to hit the barrel back.
This build should help out a lot, because it's going to really mess up with Ornn itemized. So far he has 2 armor items. I mean, he is going to be going into probably Force of Nature next.
Yeah, maybe this will be a Merc Treads into an AP item? I mean, an MR item? Not super sure. This is something we've seen from Metabusters though, where their jungle and mid die a lot in the beginning of the game, and then they find these like miracle plays in the mid to late game, which we saw like glimpses of, but then BB cleaned up and got a nice kill for, a nice 2 kills for Alex there. Tristana has come back onto the map with an Infinity Edge, which means that I think if she finds Soraka in a similar situation to that, she should just be able to one-shot her, which will make the positioning for Alana that much more important. Otacon has spawned. It is Voracious once again, which is a nice break from all the Ruinous that we've been seeing. This is a 3-man play coming down onto Cho'Gath, who will get tagged up by the concussive blows.
Cam could be fine with the Alana R coming through.
Soraka R is up and it's used. Will force the Ornn ulti, and that'll be a kill, but he gets the knock up onto Fuji, I think Fuji will just die. Jacob has to use
another kill for Mike.
I think it's called Glacial Fissure, but Stav is here, and the concussive blows did hit onto Mike there. We had a bit of a hitch there in the replay, but
here's
Blake is here. This fight is so drawn out. Can Tusini get an ult onto someone? No, he's not going to ult onto anyone. Does manage to hit it onto Alana, who will get one shot, which means that Stav can walk forward. Scatter the Weak will hit onto Blake, who has to flash and almost dies to the explosive thingy from Tristana. And wow, what a long play. That was crazy. The gold is still at about 5,500 for BB.
Not to be missing that play. Alex did end up getting the mid-tier during that fight, so...
Yeah, nice heads-up play from him. Scatter the Weak will just barely go wide onto Blake, but Tristana will land all those autos on him, gets the reset for the rocket jump, and will get out. And I don't think Mike can catch up to her here, and they will just be able to walk out. That's a pretty good kill. They don't manage to pick up the top turret for it, though, and Dragon is coming up in about 40 seconds, so it means that they'll have to run onto the map ASAP to get to it.
Blake has to get put in prison.
Yeah, stepping up.
I think he wanted to bait. He wanted to bait. He wanted to bait with the orange like really hard, but it was just so hard. Oh, Jacob could be caught here.
Yeah, Jacob face checking into the Cho'Gath Udyr might just get killed. The Crescent Guard will come out and not quite save the Braum, but Mike dropped super low there. He'll have to heal up off of the Scuttle Crab and the Soraka.
Does have the Soraka too.
Yeah. So this will be a pretty hard contest for Metabusters. I'm not sure. They might just look to give this and maybe look to get top turret instead. They are all on bot side though, which makes that a little difficult. Blake is going to get poked super hard by this Tristana, who will rocket jump and avoid the barrel and just one-shot solo kill Blake. Alana will go down trying to save Blake, and so will Mike. And I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about with these miracle plays for Metabusters. They find these really good engages, and they just turn these plays that shouldn't be able to happen based on the gold into wins for them. And it means that they'll also be able to pick up Soul Point because Korn is there to stop the Blast Cone and block the Jinx ult. Really heads up play from Korn, forces BB to have to give up on that play. I think if Cam was able to get into that pit, he should be able to outsmite with the Devour, but he just wasn't able to because of Korn playing that super well. And yeah, I mean, Brewer said in chat, Stav is so consistently good. He got the solo kill onto Blake right after he killed him in the top lane, and that opened up that whole play for Metabusters, so. Really, really good for Metabusters there. BB is still in the lead. And Blake is still this really big scaling threat. I think they just need to clean up their play a little bit and they'll be fine. But if they can't do that, then this game is going to be so hard for them.
Like, he just has to get he's got to get his ninja tabby here. Allow him to, like, kind of survive better against this Tristana, and then get onto the Andres, and then it's going to be wraps from there. They just can't let them try and get the Otacon.
Blake is walking up here.
This is an interesting flank.
Future's
Missed
here
the first barrel.
Syndra's on her way, but all of BB is on their way as well. Chompers will connect onto Future.
Future's got
go down.
Blake kind of missed the ult, but they did get Corn Flash there, which is pretty good. They should be able to show this Otacon really hard.
Pretty big question mark moments in this game. They are starting up the Baron instead of the Otacon. I think this is really smart. If you start Otacon and you get your resistances shredded, and then Syndra walks up and lands an ult onto like the GP or the Soraka, you kind of just lose. They can't contest this Baron because they have a Cho'Gath and a jungler. But it looks like they'll be able to maybe pick up some kills. Soraka Silence will stop the Ornn ult, and the heal will come down, saving Cam for the moment. Stav is able to pick up one, but will die, and that's a 3 for none on top of Future already being 3 for 1 on top of Future already being dead in the play, but they don't pick up Baron, which is pretty big. They might just be able to start it back up though. Future's alive this time. You don't have Cho'Gath Devour, but you do have your Udyr still, and if you can force them to get off of the Baron, it's still a decent play.
I think they're just looking for Ticini.
Pushed up a little far, and yeah, as you said, they should just be able to pick up Ticini here. That guy does no damage to the Udyr, but Syndra is going to fall to the Xin Zhao. Barrier
Alex should be able to outplay here.
Alex, but Future gets the big healing off the Wind Becomes Lightning and the passive autos. And that's a double kill going over to him, which I think means that it's just impossible for BB to do this Baron at this point, and I think we're just going to have to reset and do that whole play over again.
BB also can't forget, in 2 minutes, Soul's going to be coming up for Metabusters, and that's going to make the late game pretty difficult.
Yeah, Ocean Soul in this comp is just, it's so good. I mean, your Ornn just basically becomes unkillable. They're starting up Otacon here. This is pretty aggressive for Metabusters. All of BB that's alive is there, except for the Soraka, but her ult is global, so she doesn't need to be there.
And Tuccini also does have his TP up.
And he is TPing to get a flank on them, so they might look for this turn. They get the CC chain onto Cam, pop him in exchange for Jacob. The Ornn ult is coming down, and he is able to kill Mike with the help of Stav. Alana will go down as well, and that's going to be Voracious Otacon, sorry, going over to Metabusters, and they'll just look to pick up the Baron off of the back of that play. And the gold is under 2k at this point for BB, and it's going to go even lower after this Baron gets secured, unless Blake can do something about it. Big Brittle proc to delay the barrel, and he'll just die, won't even pick up a withdraw. Flash coming out for Future here onto Alex, and his withdraw doesn't get procced either. And just like that, Metabusters has picked up a 1k gold lead. And
they're going to be able to transition right into Soul 2. They can't really get any of the Otacon.
This, like, past 3 minutes from Metabusters has been so insanely good. Like, I can't understate just how insane this play was. Like, not losing anyone in that Otacon play except for Braum, and then picking up Otacon and Baron. This could be a withdraw proc onto Korn, and they'll be able to pick it up, and then Mike flashes forward to try to secure the withdraw proc onto Future. Future's living for so long, but He'll be alive. Dragon is spawning in 6 seconds, but I don't know if Big Bananas is even healthy enough to do it. Alana gets
there
picked
goes
up.
Alana.
Jinx ult goes wide. Flashes are exchanged. Actually, Tusini didn't even use his flash there. He didn't have to. Sidesteps the Cho knockup, but we'll have to get out of
Blake's
here.
on a little stinky flank. Oh, but everyone's back for the drag. They don't even see it.
Yeah, and they'll trade Tusini's withdraw for the soul and the kill onto Blake, and they might be able to pick up more here off the back of this Ornalt, which goes wide, doesn't hit anyone. But that's another kill going over to Fujer onto Blake, and he'll pick up another one onto Alex, and I think they might just be able to look to end here.
I think that's the game.
And that's the thing
Well,
with
maybe
Metabusters. You can never let your guard down. As soon as you start making mistakes, they're going to crack down on you. And they play these comps so comfortably that like it doesn't matter if you develop the lead. If you can't close out the game, then they're gonna close out your season, and that's what they're gonna do to Big Bananas here as they pick up another ace, kill Mike, and then they'll be able to turn to the inhib and finish the series off 2-0.
And Mike played so well that game too. Well,
yeah, Mike looked really good in that game, and I don't know. I mean, you put all your eggs into the Blake basket, and he just wasn't able to get those plays off. And it looked really good at the start of the game, but Metabusters just was able to pick up on those positioning mistakes by BB and force the issue of the Soul and the Baron and ended off of it. Are we gonna interview anyone?
I don't know. Pull anybody in.
Who on
You,
Metabusters wants interview?
you pull any of them in.
Fujer can move them, so I don't need to. Smile.
No, you can move them in.
No, but I don't
Well,
know. I
Jacob
don't
can
know.
also do that too.
Oh yeah, Jacob can too. Jacob's an admin. Who
Damn,
wants to
man.
join, guys? I know you're watching.
Fujer says pull Jacob as if Jacob can't move himself. Like, what?
I think Jacob's
And you
muted,
can do it
but
too!
I'll move him anyway because this is funny. Hi, Jacob.
And Jacob's muted.
Yeah, I know. I
Alright.
already knew that this was gonna happen. I think Fujer did this on purpose. All right, because of that, I'm
Alright,
gonna
pull Fujer.
pull
Pull
Fujer
Fujer
too.
up here then.
Hi,
Oh my
Fujer.
god, these two clowns.
We didn't realize Jacob wasn't here.
Alright.
No one.
How did you feel after that series? You're moving up to face the winner of Fruitcakes against Rift Sharks. No spoilers there, but
No
the
spoil.
loser of that series. Sorry. But how do you feel about this series before we get to that series?
Well, this one, I think is the hardest team to draft against because we have no clue what they play. Well, we have an idea of what they
Oh,
play.
my cast.
Hi,
Hey,
Jacob.
Oh my
This is the
sorry,
god.
I'm saying by the
New
team.
Metabusters.
I have to listen to you three clowns after you destroyed my happiness.
Actually, can we talk about that? Like, why are we rooting for BB? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Because they're awesome. The Big Bananas blast.
The blast did not. It was blocked by Brahmi. What can I say?
And you're saying they don't call us the Meta Blasters?
No, I don't think anyone's
No.
ever called you that in the lifetime of the team.
I mean, we do just blast meta every game, don't we?
Yeah.
No, we picked Ezreal jungle.
Once.
We pick Ezreal
True.
Jungle. Stop lying.
No, we do.
We did do it.
There is proof of it.
There is proof.
All right, I'm moving Jacob back to Metabusters so we don't crowd.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
get
I
Jacob
didn't-
out here. Good job, Jacob. All right. So let's say
yeah.
in theory.
Mhm.
Let's say in theory.
Okay,
Right,
wait,
you
wait,
have to play
wait,
against-
without
sorry.
spoiling anything, okay? Let's analyze how you feel about playing both teams because there's a chance that you'll have to play both if you can win your next series. So let's start with Rift Sharks. How do you feel your chances are going into a series against them? No bias because we're both on Rift Sharks, but
Yeah.
So I think that we and Rift Sharks have kind of similar styles, where we both kind of just draft for fights and try and play around having good team fight comms and just beating the shit out of you. I think that I think it's also we also both tend to draft pretty predictably, so I don't anticipate anything crazy. I think it's literally just going to be up to how either team is feeling that day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then how about fruitcakes?
I don't know.
You don't answer. I want Fujer to answer this time.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's mine. Come on, stop. Well, their top side is very scary, but we think we can. I think we can probably take on their bot side. I'm not saying we're gonna play for bot and that, but that's probably what we will have to do.
Okay, cool. Thrilling insights.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing about their team as a whole is that Kai has been pretty inconsistent this season.
Yeah, just
Ollie
flame
and
him.
Lispy and Mason have been really consistently performing well recently. I think they were a little shaky in the early season, but like they've gotten really good at playing together, and so they're able to consistently find leads and propel who because they also I've found in my in my not statistical analysis, they tend to play one of them's on a carry and one of them's on a tank.
Right.
And whoever's on the carry will just kind of get propelled every single game. And so it's going to be really hard to play around that. However, I do think our bot side kind of clears. So it's going to be a matter of whether bot side for us can carry against their top side.
Yeah, sounds good. I just wanted you to know your mid laner is flaming the fuck out of you.
Is
All
he?
right.
Out of who? Me or Fujer?
Both of you.
Oh, I got a question for Future.
Uh-oh.
How good do you feel right now after ripping my heart out of my chest and stomping on it by eliminating Big Bananas? How good do you feel?
I mean, I feel pretty good. I'm the biggest PB hater, so I had to do it.
Can you walk me through what was going on in your early game in that game?
I was just playing for fun. No, I played terribly. What the hell was
What
I
did,
doing?
What
Oh
did
my
Stav say when
god.
you infect Cho'Gath into him?
Okay, I forgot that my Tristan was half HP. I was like, look, and then I hear an ally has been slain.
I
I'm like,
was
oh,
literally
shit.
calling. I was literally calling. Let's not fight. Jinx might reset on all of us. We're all like a third health, and I just see Fujer dive on the Jinx and ult the Cho'Gath into me.
Okay, but I redeemed myself. Okay.
True. The double kill, picking up their
Double kill
bot lane
mid.
in that
Yeah,
late
the Jinx
in that
didn't
late
get the
game. That was
last
pretty
crit.
good. Did they call MVPs? No, this is playoffs, so we technically don't have to call MVPs,
But we can for fun.
but we could
All
for
right,
fun.
MVP. Well, pull up game one. Wait. Where's the post game for game one? All right, let's see. In game one, the MVP was obviously not Braum or Give MVP to Orin. We'll give it to Corn, and then game
True,
two
yeah.
MVP.
True.
We'll give half of it to Fuzier, and then we'll give the
Yes.
other half to.
The first half is for my early game.
Yeah, first half is for
Okay,
your
I
early
think if
game.
we don't give MVP to Stav in game 2, we're actually fucking trolling.
Yeah.
No,
No, I think it
I'll
was a
give.
Braum carry.
I think it's the Braum
I
carry.
think we'll give it half
I think
to
Braum
Fuzier.
played really well, but I think Stav, you picked up like 3 solo kills onto Blake.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I
that
think
mid pick I got on Blake when he was rotating to Drake was really funny.
no. I need to go talk to Blake. I need to tell him that he needs to get eliminated for dying to you like that stuff.
Oh, he did get eliminated.
Ha! Good one. Good one. Good one.
Alright.
We have jokesters here
I
today.
think on that note, before my support's mental gets ruined even further, we're gonna cut it off unless you guys have some last words. Shout out Big Bananas. I think they
If you no
exceeded
no,
expectations. They played really well,
BB did play very well.
Yeah.
and they
BB,
go ahead.
do you have any words that you would like to say to potentially fruitcakes or riff sharks? Potentially fruitcakes for when you have to meet.
Oh, what?
You have
What
any?
is it?
We're
Is
gonna
it-
have to play
do you
against
have any
at
smack
least
talk?
one of them. Right?
To Rift Sharks, if it's Rift Sharks, what I'm gonna say is please put up more of a fight than you did in finals last season.
Hey,
What
Crazy.
the hell?
hey.
And to Fruitcakes, if we're playing them, I'm gonna say we'll break our record on you again for shortest series.
Ooh, ooh.
All
I don't know
right.
if
With
that's
that
happening.
note, thank you for stopping by. Report Stav for being toxic. You can
Yeah,
DM
what?
Scrimbot, and I'll make Fujer
Two
handle it.
admins in here.
Thank you, PB, for casting with me. I always appreciate my guy getting on, and thanks once again to everyone for watching.
I
GG.
Bye!